Sometimes life can knock you off the ground, but surprisingly, an encouraging word can hoist you back to your feet. What we all need is someone in our corner. Someone like Dr. Tanji.
Hi, I have 3 questions for you. 1, have you discovered your purpose? 2, have you discovered your ability? And 3, are you planning your life's path?
Dr. Tanji has inspired audiences on radio stations throughout the US and in the Caribbean on KISS FM with the Dr. Tanji Show. Now, sister station Hot 7 TV teams up with KISS FM to bring the Dr. Tanji Show to television.
I will share my wealth of experience, my affinity to light, and assist you in fulfilling your call. By tuning in to the Dr. Tanji Show on Hot 7 TV and KISS FM, you and I will begin to explore the answers to these questions and many more. And in these challenging times, it's just what the doctor wants.
I know, right? Come on, we're friends here. Come on. I can't be your friend. Because I can hear Stacey say.
Your grace and mercy brought me over.
Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's the sound of laughter in the air. It's your girl, Dr. Tanji, and welcome to another experience of the Dr. Tanji Show. But before that, welcome to today. How about that? You may have woke up this morning, well, you woke up, how about that? And decided that, you know what, it ain't gonna even be a good day, because what I've been waiting on didn't even hit. Guess what? It did hit, because you got up, so it hit. Welcome to another show that was founded on kingdom principles, another show that really was designed with you in mind. Before we get into what a principle is, I'd like to say a shout out to a young man named Jeremiah. Jeremiah, if you're listening, you remember when I told you that I was going to say your name, and you really were very kind to me in Massey's Supermarket, right next to the KFC in Rodney Bay. Thank you for being so kind to me, Jeremiah. All right, got that bit of housekeeping out of the way. You know, I want to start by saying that it is really an honor. I swear to you, I count it an honor to come before you every single day, Monday through Friday, right here on KISS FM 105.9 and the app. If you're listening to us, you know, by way of app or watching by way of Facebook, thank you for being here. I don't take it lightly or for granted that you could really do whatever you want to with these 30 minutes, but the fact that you say, you know what, I'm going to hang out with the girl from Mississippi, by way of Atlanta, by way of Texas, who now decided that, well, God decided that St. Lucia is where I need to be. So, welcome, right? Welcome. Now, to everyone who had a hand in making certain that this show sees the light of day, I am so grateful for you. If you can see me smiling, and I really do hope you're watching so you can see me smile, I am smiling because I am grateful to you for doing what you do and what you did and allowed me to do what I love doing, that I would literally do for free, that I would go wherever he sends me to do, because that's what I do. So thank you for what you did and do. And this man, wow. You know, let me slow down just a hair. We're going to get to everything kingdom principle, but when people are kind to you, and I don't want you to discount people being kind. You know, it's one thing to be nice, and sometimes you can have some folk be nice nasty. But it's another thing to be kind, because kindness is an attribute of our daddy. So because we have the same DNA as he does, this gentleman holds my ladder every day. He's making an impact on my life. And I don't think he really understands how much I look forward to coming into your kingdom, man, and sounding so good. Thank you, my gentle giant. You know him as Marlon, but I know him as the gentle giant. And I say gentle giant because he's a big guy, right? Not big, fat guy, but he's a big, kind of muscular guy. And if you meet, yep, there he go. And if you meet him, you would be like, okay, this guy is not going to talk to me. You know, he's just all about his business. But if you just stop to say, hey, Marlon, what's up? He'll give you a big what's up or a big ups and let you know that, you know, he's a kind, gentle soul. So thank you, Marlon, for making me sound so good, man, and making me look good, because this cat, right, is on Hot 7 TV on Fridays with me, and he says that, oh, no, I'm not doing anything, but, man, you have no earthly idea.
Now you're starting to make me look good more than I need you.
But that's the thing. Iron, you are. I'm iron, and we sharpen one another, right? It's not a quid pro quo. What can you do for me, and I do it for you. It's you're really wanting to be here. You know how when people just put up with you, because I've had folks that just put up with me to get something. I get it. Everybody has a role. They think I don't know it, but I do most of the time. And I still allow it because evidently it's a lesson in it. But with you, there's no forcefulness. You really are very kind, man.
Well, at the end of the day, I just believe that my mission here is to ensure that you get your message across to the people, and that we can get as many people as possible to hear your message clearly as possible.
Thank you, man. Yeah. Don't you dare make me cry, because I've done real good, man. I got chill bumps, but I haven't cried in about 5 days.
The only way I can solve that is if I act a fool or something, right?
Yeah, right. And that's not what
I'm going to do something nobody's going to see. I'm just going to do this. Yes.
If you knew what that was, it's a gift. I love you. Thank you, Mr. Steve and Mr. Patrick and everyone that makes it possible for this man to do what he does. Thank you. Seriously, thank you, guys. Now, what is this show about? This show is really about encouraging. For those who are joining for the very first time and you're saying, you know what? I see you come up on my feed, but I thought you were selling Avon or something. Avon's a great product, okay? But what I am really trying to do here is get the message out that there is hope for a hopeless situation. To get the message out that you can be motivated and still be okay with doing and going through what it is that's assigned to you to do at this very moment. It is a show about accountability. It's a show about greatness, your greatness, okay? And it's a show about purpose, because every one of us have purpose. We've got a purpose. How about that? An all-knowing God who knows everything, who has gone before you, who has made every crooked place straight, thinks enough of you to create you and to give you, right, an expected end, but to give you something that only you could carry. Only you could carry that dream. And that dream, believe it or not, when you place it in the right environment, when you are ready to do the planning and the work, that dream multiplies, and so many people are blessed just because you said yes. This is what the show is about. It's about accountability. It's about when you say you're going to do something, then I just gingerly remind you, that ain't what you said. You said that you were going to not care, that you had to start over. You said you were going to go and throw caution to the wind with your fears. So it's my job to make sure you get to where you're supposed to get to. And I really take my job serious, because guess what? Believe it or not, I work for him. I work for him. I work for the one who sent me. What I'm learning is that when I take care of his business, my right hand, he takes care of mine. And no matter how many times I've had to have that proven in my life. He really does take care of your business. Take care of his. I double dog dare you to. Now, that's what you can expect from the show. What is a principle? A principle, as it relates to all things God, okay, and his law and scripture, it is his original intent in that Constitution that you pick up every day. Because you do pick it up every day, because it's like brushing your teeth, because it's like washing your face. You don't pick it up and at least explore it, I swear to you, it's like having a mouthful of cavities. It's his original intent. But the thing with the principle that I really want you to be mindful of is that you can't take a principle, a law, out of context. And in my quest to like just not say anything, right? When I'm strolling through, thumbing through TikTok and I see someone that says something that was taken out of context, and I'm sitting on my hands saying, oh, don't you dare say nothing, Tanji. Don't you dare. But I couldn't help it. So be careful with the context of God's written word. And I really do mean this, because we've been sold a bill of goods. We've been waiting on our change to come. We've been praying for our change to come, but we didn't do anything for our change to come. You get it? So I don't want you to be guilty of that. I've done it. I've gone before you. I know what does not work. All right? And taking scripture out of context, taking laws and precepts and taking those out of context, guys, it just, I promise you, it's going to lead you down a rabbit hole. And if you're not careful, you think you're doing right when it's wrong, and you're thinking you're doing wrong when it's right. All right? That's what a principle is. A kingdom, as it relates to all things God, and all things God, that's his invisible government, okay? His invisible government that he operates in heaven. But guess what? He gives us an opportunity to have heaven right here on earth. And we have heaven on earth, right? We have that rulership, that governance, that kingdom mindset, that repentance of, I will not religiously do anything and expect a different result. That is not what we're doing here. This show is just to show you that you can have rulership and stewardship, but you got to remember, you don't own anything. All right? Nothing. We don't own anything. Hello, Instagram. You're there. All right. Glad to have you in the house. I get excited. Welcome. All right. Okay, I got you. All right. So, now, here is what you can expect. All right? Haas. Haas is openness. No. Honesty, openness, and sincerity. You can always expect me to be honest, open, and sincere. You can always expect me never to give you an opinion, because my opinion does not matter on this show or in his kingdom. All right? Neither does yours. It doesn't matter. All right? All right. Now, with that, we're going to have actionable goals. I don't want to just give you something that's going to make you feel good, and then at 11:35 you're scratching your head and saying, it sounded good when she was saying it, but this is my reality. I'm dealing with realities here, because I too live these principles every single day, and it is something that I have ascribed to. You can't convince me otherwise that they don't work, because I know they do. I left everything. I was like the soliloquy in our Constitution where a man found a pearl and left everything. That's what your girl did. I found a pearl. I found the wisdom of God. And I said, okay, if you trust me with this, I'll tell it that everywhere I go. So I get to do this. How about that? Now, let's get started. Well, before we get started, I'm so sorry. You can join me on all social media platforms at Dr. Tanji Show. That's Facebook, Instagram. I'm doing YouTube. Guess what? I'm about to do some more tweeting, all right? And I'm working on this wonderful website, but if you check the website out at www.drtanjishow, you may find a couple of things there to buy, like a book or a mug or a t-shirt, or just check it out, because we're about to revamp the entire website and it's going to be interactive and fun. And I wanted to stay engaged with you through that site because I've got a really fun experience coming up at the end of this month. And I'll let you know more about that before the end of this month, I promise you. Right after this selection, we are going to get into what you came here for. All right? Stay tuned.
Can I be honest? Sometimes I don't understand. Why do you let me fall when the world is in your hands? You could stop it all if you wanted to. But you don't, you just let me go through. But I know you never let it kill me, only make me strong. I know, don't let it all, it's all for a purpose. I know it will all be worth it.
I'll play this entirety after the show.
Gotcha. I like that. Thank you. All right. Yay! I came in at the right time. How about that? It is something about this woman's voice, man, that just, wow. I'll tell this story really, really fast here. It was 2012 when she, Leandra Johnson, had appeared on Sunday's Best, all right, in the U.S. And I had just decided that I was going to trust God with my life. Fourth time. Already went broke. Already lost everything. But the business was still going, and I'm believing God that He's sending me to Los Angeles, California. And that voice right there, if you know her, tell her thank you for making an impact on my life, because I had to trust God, man. I had left everything I knew. And I was going for what I didn't know, but I knew that with the right mindset, He was going to show me exactly what I needed and where I needed to be. So thank you, Miss Leandra Johnson, for that. We're going to talk about something that everybody probably at some point or another, you've experienced it. How do you handle betrayal? Ooh. How do you handle betrayal? Now, no one wants to have to endure the feeling of someone letting you down, right? Those intimate secrets that you confided into someone, and you told them some things that you really didn't even tell your mama. You told them some things that hopefully everyone that has been affected by betrayal knows that if you're not careful, it will cause you to operate in an emotional state that really is a mess. See, you talk about broken pieces. These are some broken pieces that you encounter when someone has betrayed you. How do you manage it? How do you deal with that hurt? What's next? You're probably wondering, right? So, Webster defines betrayal as a violation of a person's trust or confidence. There's a moral standard that is also in violation. Now, our Constitution goes a little bit deeper because it's the soul of the matter, all right? So what our Constitution, the Bible says, betrayal is, it says it's the treacherous, please hear me when I say this, blew me away. the treacherous exposing or deceiving of people by those they formerly trusted. It is usually associated with an enemy masquerading as a friend. You better follow me. Or, all right, with a broken or abused relationship. And we're talking about betrayal. See, our big brother and Savior, Jesus, he kind of wrote a book about what to expect when you get betrayed, right? Of course he did. When I think about this insidious word, how the gradual, subtle way that it occurs, how the harmful effects that can be debilitating if you're not careful. Come on, man, you think about betrayal. I mean, I've told you all my business because you said you were my friend. We did things together. We hung out. We stayed at one another's home. We had dinners together. And I got to tell you something. And I don't want you to judge me, or I don't want you to think of me a certain way. But I'm going to give you my heart, only to find out that you gave what I gave to you in secret away. We do not want to engage in living a life that is filled with the perplexities, or will be, of betrayal. You don't want to go around saying, you know, I let my guards down and this is what happened. You ask yourself, will I be exposed if I get too chummy with this person? I mean, we're talking the same language. She loves God, I love God. We got God t-shirts that say God is dope. But what happens when you do show yourself friendly? See, you must understand this. There are people that their only assignment in life, by their choice, is to betray you. I'm so sorry, it comes with the territory. See, they'll betray you by wreaking havoc in your plans and your dreams. They'll tell you how you won't be able to do it. It's just who they are, or who they be. But what you want to be really mindful of, right? There are two scenarios that I want to present to you today. And then I'm going to be quiet. And then you're going to use your fingers at 450-5477 or Tanji at Dr. Tanji Show. Okay, want to take advantage of that email, or 470-534-2216, because I want to stay engaged with you after the show. So the first scenario that we're going to do is how you're going to handle, how you're going to handle betrayal. Tomorrow we'll deal with what if you were the one that betrayed. Ouch, ouch. Key number one, you ready? You're going to pray for the person. Seriously. When you know that you have stood on the side of righteousness, and I mean right standing with God, all right? You've done nothing to have that person violate your trust, who treacherously handled you, who deceived you. You gotta pray for them. It's a must. As a matter of fact, it's a commandment. See, when you pray for them, at that very moment, systematically, you yield yourself to God's will. Yeah, Doc, but you don't understand. But you don't understand. This is the will of God, that you pray for folk that have misused your trust or abused your trust. See, if you choose not, all right, I tell you this as a guarantee. What you'll do is you'll cloud your own judgment. Oh, but you will. You'll delay an answer to a prayer that really needs to get to you. I say you out of order. If you're not careful, you'll begin to operate out of character. See, telling people on social media, and I really enjoy the benefits of social media to get a message out, but not to condemn anybody, that's out of character. Yeah, they betrayed you, but that's not the way to do it. That's not the way to do it. Don't go to social media telling them your business about what that person did. Pray for them. And I really do mean that. See, what I'm learning, and I had to learn how to use this key when I was betrayed. What I'm learning, right, is that when I pray, God knows when I pray for understanding, He will give me His peace, not mine, not my mama's, not my best friend, not even my daughter that I confide in, not even my husband. He'll give me His peace. His peace will surpass everything that I ever know. Because at the end of the day, that's what I'm down here for, man. I need to operate in this man's peace. Don't you know life is hard enough as it is? All right. Second thing, or the second key to apply when you have been betrayed is ask God, what's the lesson in this? See, what I've learned is that everything has a lesson attached to it. Every situation, every circumstance, every person that's in your life has a lesson attached to him or her. Seriously. See, our problem is sometimes we don't ask. We don't even take the time to ask the question, why are you here? Ouch. What lesson have you brought to me? And I say that because there are some unnecessary burdens that we place on ourselves, all because we don't know why that person is in our life. So, when you ask, you wait, you expect, you listen for, and then you do. All right? And the third key on what to do if you are betrayed. Decide what your next step is. Forgive them, forget it, and move past any obstacle. That's a lot. I know I said a lot. I know. Decide what your next step is, right? Forgive them, forget it, and move past any obstacles. See, this life lesson of being betrayed and maimed and hurt, I've experienced it, right? More times than not, but one experience like to have taken me out because this person was closer than a sister. You could not have told me. We shared everything together, and to know that I've done my best and now this is what I get, I literally had to forgive real quick, because what I didn't want to do is get angry, and I did, but I didn't want to get mad. And we talked about being mad. Mad is a dangerous place for a believer to be. So in your quest to forgiving people, forgetting what they've done, choosing to move past it, I really do pray, I honestly do pray that as you're moving forward, you participate. And that participation is merely forgive them, forget it. What lesson, God, do you want me to have? And Dad, I'm praying for your peace. All right. I'm going to open up the WhatsApp. Yeah, 450-5477, 758-450-5477 in studio, 470-534-2216 outside of the studio.
Alrighty, got a message here. Sarah Haynes, good day to you. Says, good morning, Dr. Tanji. This is a painful subject. Betrayal is so common that I think a tree is a better secret keeper than people.
Oh, wow, Sarah. I love her honesty.
And they're just saying, it says, your best friend, it says, I'll tell your best friend a secret you don't mind being out there, right?
Yes.
Sarah Haynes. Yes.
Thank
So
you,
she
Miss
says,
Sarah Haynes.
should be told I trust no one.
Ouch. Ouch, Sarah. First, thank you so much for engaging, all right? I'm not going to pounce you because you engaged. Thank you so much. But to trust no one, We'll talk after the show, Sarah. Because you gotta have a little trust, right? You gotta trust people to an extent that they got you. I have gone through life with that same mindset. I did it once before a long time ago. Man, I ain't trusting nobody. All folk want to do is get my business, put it out there. But what I decided was the kind of friend that I want in my life is the kind of friend that I'm going to be. And no matter how many counterfeits came, the real deal will come. But you first got to be what you want to see. And I'm not pouncing you, Sarah. Seriously, it's for anyone who has that disdain of, I'm not trusting anyone. Be the kind of person, be the kind of friend that you want in your life. You be it, and I promise you God will make certain that you see it.
All right, let's see if we can get one more.
Okay,
in there.
very good. Thank you, sir.
Well, yeah. Good morning, Dr. Tony Holland. Terrific Tuesday to you. Betrayal isn't easy. Let's try
That's
that.
okay. I love it.
Betrayal isn't an easy thing to deal with.
No, it's not.
And I'm sure if not all of us, most of us have gone through it one way or the other. For me, I believe that the only and best way to deal with betrayal is to have a connection with the one who himself went through betrayal. He knows what it is to cry, to be abandoned, to feel pain at the hands of his very friends. For me, I have allowed it to make a stronger and better person, because I know it may sound hard to believe, but being betrayed is part of the plan that God has for us. Judas was part of the plan. God had not been betrayed. That is, had not God been betrayed, we would have been doomed. Because of God being betrayed, we have freedom, forgiveness, life in abundance, we have peace, and so much more. If he had not gone through it, where would we be? So for me, it is a teaching lesson. It's an eye-opener. It's preparing me for a ministry, another level, something new. Psalmist said, Lord, if it were my enemy, but it's my very companion. That's the time to draw closer to God and pray more, and leave the situation to him. Have a great day.
Is that Magdalena? Thank you, Maggie. Seriously, you're spot on, and you know that. I appreciate that, lady. Wow, living through that pain, right? You know, I enjoy doing this show. Man, time goes by so daggone fast. So, your message, if it's not read on air, I promise you, before I leave the studio, I'll take a look at it and will answer you from my device. But I will say this. Would you remember the smile? Would you remember that it makes you look so good, and it really does make you feel good? And one last thing that you kind of want to take throughout the day, live from this place right here. That's your soulish man. It will not lie to you. I'm your girl, Dr. Tanji. You hung out with me for about 30 minutes or so. Thank you for your ear gate. I love you. I really, 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 really do. From here to the moon and the stars. God's willing and the creek don't rise. I'll see you again tomorrow. Same time, same station. Bye.
Sometimes life can knock you off the ground, but surprisingly, an encouraging word can hoist you back to your feet. What we all need is someone in our corner, someone like Dr. Tanji.
Hi, I have 3 questions for you. 1, have you discovered your purpose? 2, have you discovered your ability? And 3, are you planning your life's path?
Dr. Tanji has inspired audiences on radio stations throughout the US and in the Caribbean on KISS FM with the Dr. Tanji Show. Now, sister station Hot 7 TV teams up with KISS FM to bring the Dr. Tanji Show to television.
I will share my wealth of experience, my affinity to life, and assist you in fulfilling your call. By tuning in to the Dr. Tanji Show on Hot 7 TV and KISS FM, you and I will begin to explore the answers to these questions and many more. And in these challenging times, it's just what the doctor ordered.